Hi foodies. Well, there's a million recipes for smothered chicken for Instant Pot, crock pot, slow cooker, whatever. But mine is weird because I'm going to use the oven and the Instant Pot, and I'm using boneless, skinless thighs here. I'm using Cajun spice, Mrs. Onion, Mrs. Garlic, garlic powder, onion powder, seasoned salt, and paprika. I'm not measuring it. I'm measuring it with my eyes and my heart, along with some salt and pepper. I'm using a can of Campbell's cream of chicken. Probably should have used 2. A wrinkly old green pepper, also a red pepper I'm not showing, a yellow sweet onion. Potatoes we're going to mash. Some chicken broth, that's homemade, but you can use store-bought. Chicken bouillon. Olive oil, and let's get to it. So, like I said, I'm using the chicken thighs. I find them more flavorful. I find them to be more economical, and they're just juicier and more tender. I'm also going through a phase of not really caring for shredded chicken anymore. I don't know what's going on with me, but you are welcome to do that though. You can actually just throw some chicken raw into the Instant Pot, and then you just have to adjust the cooking time. You can go ahead and boil some chicken breast and shred them yourself. I don't know if you can do that with chicken thighs. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could grill your chicken thighs. You can do what I'm doing. The opportunities or the choices are endless with this dish. It's very versatile. So, versatile. How do you say that word? I don't know. I butcher words the older I get. So I'm taking all my seasonings, which again, you can also customize. You can use poultry seasoning, you can use Slap Your Mama, Creole seasoning, lemon pepper. I mean, anything that you and your family would enjoy. Sazon, adobo, you can make this more Mexican, you could make this more Italian, you can do whatever you want with this. But those are the spices that I'm using. And so what I'm actually doing is I rub the olive oil on the chicken, added the spices, kind of pressed them in, and I'm just going to cover these and put them in the fridge for about a half hour or so. I find that helps the chicken to kind of crisp up a little bit more in the oven. I don't know if I read that somewhere. It seems to work a little bit for me. So that's all I'm doing, and this is good if you want to prep ahead and then come home and just fix it later. So now, if you have a grill, you can use the grill. Again, I'm just going to bake it in the oven, and I'm using an oven rack because I find that it also helps the chicken to crisp up. So for this recipe, I want it tender, juicy, crispy chicken. So 375 for about 40 minutes is all you need. And set my oven. Meanwhile, I'm going to start mashing my potatoes. I'm using a very simple recipe, just throwing in a couple garlic cloves, just going to be milk, butter, salt, pepper, a little bit of sour cream. I have a million different mashed potato recipes, but we're just keeping it simple. They are not the star of the show. The veggies I'm using are the green pepper, the red pepper, and some sweet onion. Again, you can add celery, you can add mushroom, you can use any kind of vegetables you want, carrots, what have you. So now I'm letting my chicken rest for 10 minutes before I chop it up. And I put it into some pieces. Now I'm using the saute feature on my Instant Pot, and it's a little bit of butter. I'm just going to sweat the veggies. I'm just going to tenderize them. It may be a minute or 2. I don't want them to brown. So that's it. Just soften them just a little bit till they start to sweat. And at this point now, I'm just going to go ahead and add the soup. Now, meanwhile, I would like you to put aside 1 cup of the water that your potatoes have been boiling in. Before you drain your potatoes, reserve 1 cup of the potato water. I know, it's getting weird. So I only use the Campbell's. This is not sponsored by them, obviously, but I find that this is the best tasting cream of chicken. You can also add cream of celery, cream of onion, cream of mushroom. Experiment, I probably next time moving forward will use 2 more cans or another additional can of soup for a total of 2. But I'll keep it cream of chicken, but I would think that the other ones would be very good too. JR doesn't like any cooked mushrooms, so I can't use that, but I bet you that's pretty good. So now I'm adding in my chopped up chicken, and because it's already cooked, this does not take any time in the Instant Pot. basically we're just cooking the veggies and just letting all the flavors meld together. So I'm mixing everything up, adding in the rest of my spices and 1 tablespoon of the chicken broth. Again, down below I will have all the actual specifications. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But again, flavor to your eyes. Now here's the weird part too. I'm adding in the cup of potato water. I find that helps the gravy to thicken up a little bit without having to use cornstarch, but you can use cornstarch. We kind of like ours a little bit more on the soupy side, but if you like yours more like a gravy or thicker, you can use this and some cornstarch, or you can just keep adding an additional can of soup. Just doing this for 3 minutes, that's all it'll take. And there you go, you just put it all over your mashed potatoes. It's delicious, and it's even better the next day. This is how it looks for us. It's thick enough for us, but if you want it thicker, go for it. Enjoy.